Welcome to round 3 with Vidianto Ajaya's Grixis control deck. This is pretty much a snap keep, and we'll figure out what to do on turn 1 based on what our opponent does. There's just like a lot of different things, a lot of different ways we can go. Okay. Let's think about this. So I probably want to Inquisition. It's my guess. So, yeah, so the reason I want to Inquisition up front, the card does get better if I wait a little bit against the Celestial Colonnade decks. But waiting just lets my opponent trade a mana leak for it, and that's not ideal. So this is going to be a long match, so let's get this started. So I'm going to take the snap because that's obvious. Remand, Path, Bolt, Falls, Quarter. Snapcaster Mage is the 2 for 1. Great. This is going to have to line up here. Okay. So I need to be setting up spots where I am going to Kolaghan's Command. Oh, that's great. I would like lands and 2 for 1s. Well, that's a 2 for 1, and those are lands. I think the land I would like to draw first is the island, because I want to draw both. I guess I don't actually want to draw both because no, I can get red, then I cast all my spells, so I do want to draw both. Just kind of accepting this dying to whatever my opponent decides to play. If they remand it, I'm perfectly fine with that too. If it dies, I get to command it. Yeah, just all around value. Great. Kill it, please. Anyway, choose your weapon. Good. It's actually the one I wanted my opponent to play. So next turn, I'll play Mire. Pass. Okay, well that card's just going to die. I will accept the 2 for 1 there. This just has to get a basic because there's only one Blood Crypt in the deck. I guess there's no reason to get a Steam Vents. So the question is, do I want to rebuy Jace, or do I want to make my opponent discard a card? I think Jace rebuy is a little better here. Though it'll probably just get pathed, which is not really what I... Something's going to have to trade for path at some point. I like that. Yeah, this worked out fine. Though, killing cards in hand to clear... whatever. That was an incorrect tap. I might just take 4 damage for no reason because of that. Though, I guess if my opponent opts to deal me 4 to do that, I'm okay with it. Because then they're tapped out and I get to Pia and Kieran into a tapped out board. So I know that they have a remand in hand. Kind of awkward that this Ghost Quarter is now effectively a strip mine, but I guess they're out of action. Let's think about this. How do I tap? Yeah, let's just leave up these. Just gonna keep playing stuff. If you use remand here, that's fine. I'm fine with you trading 2 mana for 2 mana. Basically, the only thing I'm not fine with my opponent having here is Snapcaster Mage Lightning Bolt, which escalates this pretty badly for me. Great. Actually, yeah, so I just no remand here. Is my opponent just gonna bring some pain? That can't be right. Okay. Ooh, that's not bad here. Yeah, I want to flip first. See, I want all my cards in hand is the problem. Now let's do this first. Whatever you are getting discarded. Yep, easy. Two, three. I don't need the Jace because this Jace would have to die for me to want it. Lightning Bolt is that worse than Inquisition? I think that's worse than Inquisition. Is that the same remand I saw before? Didn't check the art. Probably is. Well, we created our opening. We landed our actually good card. As long as we don't get Sphinx revved, I think I'm in business. Yeah, I'll gladly trade there, I think. Let's think about how I want to play this turn out. That's actually a pretty clutch draw. I don't want to take damage to do that, though. So what if... So if I go... Well, that's not a... I do want to take damage to do that. That way I can draw a card. Okay, I don't really care about having these in graveyard because I still have another command to hit. I know none of my opponent's cards. Gosh, where am I going with this? I probably want... Do I want Steam Vents over the Black Source? I think that's right. So that was actually a mistake. I wanted the black source. So I can't get Ghost Quartered off the mana I need. No reason to attack. Because then if my Tasigur gets killed, I don't have a good blocker for the 1/1 token. Just so far ahead on board. It's absurd. Verdict. That's fine. Hmm. Don't think that changes much. But I do think I want to Kolaghan's get back this, though. I'm still going to get remanded if my opponent has it. So I should just wait. And just start ticking up on Jace. Guess I can play around Cryptic by doing this here. Yeah, that's definitely right. Let's not get Cryptic. If I get remanded, it's kind of a blowout, but that's life. He is definitely better than Tasigur, right? Yeah, I can't imagine it's not better than Tasigur. The impossible to kill threat versus the card. Okay, that's fine. Am I just getting double bolted? What did they discard then? Oh, another verdict? That wasn't necessary. Well, this is definitely happening so that I don't randomly die to a top deck spell snare. Um, yeah, so this, I think going to 8 is safe. I don't know which one I want. I think it's Tasigur. Yeah, I have a Jace. I don't want a Snapcaster. I'm going to be using too much graveyard nonsense. Man, this deck just makes that deck look so bad. Like, what were people doing all these years before Kolaghan's command? These blue decks that they were playing are just so mediocre. I don't see a reason to extend further. Well, this is all pure gas. Is Inquisition even good here? I don't think it is. Is Snapcaster Mage? Yeah, Snapcaster Mage has to be good here. Inquisition, I don't think it does enough. Snapcaster does good stuff, though. Maybe I was supposed to play a Tassiger there. I guess I know my top card, so I'm not going to activate it well that turn. So, yeah, that's loose. Let's not do that. Oh, wow, my opponent didn't even have Verdict mana. Jeez. Six, yeah, okay. So I just go for Snap Bolt this turn on my opponent's end step. Okay. Question is, where is this Helix going to? Me. Like, upstairs version of me. Huh. Well, probably now is the time to fire off my Snapcaster Mage. Don't want to tap that. I want to tap this. And I want to Snap Dismember. Just do it while my opponent's tapped out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Still short lethal here, but another Snapcaster Mage? Oh, good. Nothing. Just nothing. And I don't see a reason to Jace here, so let's just tick it up, make our decision next turn. Hopefully not get double bolted out of the game, because that would suck. Desperation Loot House. Good. I like that. I should have just played this. I completely forgot about that with everything that was going on. In theory, that could actually matter. Thopters are so cute. Old bolting Pia and Kieran Nalar. Um, I accept your terms. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm actually supposed to throw these in response. And now I have my opponent dead on board. Man, Jace is great. This card's like this single Jace has been worth like how many cards this game? It traded. It took like a light. I don't even remember. It's just infinite. Just literally infinity. This card is good or fine at least. Shutting off Celestial Colonnade is good enough for me. Though I might not need it with those. I don't like Spellskite. I don't think it does anything. So I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 definites and 2 maybes. And I want Tassigers. Dismember, not a huge fan. I do need some number of Turbinates for Celestials, but I am boarding in 2 additional Lancers. Bolt is just trash here. I need Spell Snare for snaps. Let's try these 6. That's convenient. Don't really want Blood Moon. So we've got Inquisition, great. Thought Scour, it's a card. It does work. Filling my graveyard kind of mattered that game too. Cards that draw cards. Oh, just I guess value of Snapcaster. The old Silvergill Adept's good. Mana Leak is fine. It's gonna fight some fights. This looks good to me. Same number of ways to kill 4/4 Angel lands as game 1. Blood Moon better than Terminate? Nah, I don't think so. This looks good. This looks fine. There is a bit of awkward tension with the fetches and serum visions, but it only comes up if I scry to top twice, in which case I have bigger, or, you know, that's not a problem. Wow. First world problems. So I want both of these. I probably want to draw Inquisition first in case I sequence that way, I guess. I don't really see a reason to make any moves here. Especially because I have the Mana Leak. The Mana Leak's like the big thing that ties this all together. I don't have to Inquisition to potentially not die to a Mentor or whatever because of that card. I don't... There's not a good reason to take damage here. So let's get a Swamp. Let's just fire off an Inquisition because we can. So we've got Leak. So Purge, not going. Don't care about Purge. Purge is really bad against my deck. It only actually kills... Well, I guess it kills Keranos, but... Purge, Electro, Leak, Negate, Snare, Timely, and Snap, which I think I'm supposed to take. The reason being, I think I can fight... I think I can punch the hole through any of these on their own don't think. Hmm. A lot of this revolves around my opponent only have one answer. So it's either electrolyze or snapcaster. I think it's actually electrolyze because if I get electrolyze out of there, I can punch a hole through the answers with Jace and get a Jace active very quickly. So I think Electro is where it's at. This now got kind of awkward because my opponent can now play 2 counter spells to my Jace. Burns a snare and a negate, leaving them with a leak, which is not the card I want to leave them with. Do I want to get ahead? Do I need to get to another thing? Do I just trade this for the snare? I don't mind that. Maybe I was supposed to just go for the Serum Visions with this card in my graveyard. If my opponent... And this forces the exchange, which I'm okay with. Taking my opponent off the ability to do 2 things in one turn is like the most important thing I could have done that turn, I think. This might be me being aggressive, but we'll see. So I know 4 of the 6 cards in my opponent's hand, is that correct? No, thank you. Great. Got to do the thing I wanted to do. Yeah, my opponent trying to go for value there meant that my answer lined up perfectly. It's fine by me. Well, that's something I need to protect with this spell. Those both suck. And drawing into the other island's actually good. I'm going to do that this turn too, so... is Tarpit even good here? Tarpit's okay. Gets me closer to Showdown. Let's think about how I'm navigating this Showdown. So I know my opponent has Negate and Mana Leak and an unknown card in hand, right? So I need to fight through 2 things and a Purge. So the Leak and... So I have to actually fight through way too much, probably. So... I can trade Jace for 1 answer. Not sure how much the second dispel help me here. How am I lining this up? Jace goes to 4, goes to 1, goes to dark. Okay, I think I would like to Jace into the tar pit this turn, discard my mana leak. There's a lot of dancing going on here. Let's try this. Oh my gosh, that was horrible. I just realized the issue, what I just did. Oh no, this is fine. So, the entire point here is to get to Keranos, protected. Hopefully my opponent doesn't have another 1 mana counter and I get punished for my sequencing horribly. Should play the land first. Looks like they don't. So Purge is the one I have to take, obviously, because it has the most indifferent timing. I know about Leak Timely. Timely is actually pretty good against my deck post board. It's kind of hard for me to answer that effectively, but it's me just banking on my opponent not having the thing in the one draw step. Which, if they do, they do. Then I'm dead. Nothing I can do about it. Not sure maybe I could have milked a little more value out of my cards. I think I want more mana. And here's to not having them draw Snapcaster Mage in that many draws. Because if they do, I'm in very bad shape. Just supposed to peg these down as they come. That's a pretty huge one. It's kind of weird that taking that Electrolyze is just like so dead after all these turns. I'm going to try to block with the Tar Pit, so there's no need to attack. I've established board dominance, and now I can counter a Snapcaster Mage. I know my opponent has Timely as one of their 4 cards. That's fine by me. I mean, they probably have a way to kill this based on the way their cards have not interacted. Like, almost surely a path. Their hand's probably like a path and a red card. I don't think I shuffled anything back in there by doing that. Oh, wowie. Okay. Now it's just time to get into a spot where I want to use the Snapcaster Mage. And specifically, I mean that in the sense of getting this Tormod Crypt out of the way. Ugh. That might throw a wrench into my plans. Ten is no different than less than 10. So there's no need to jump here. 10 versus 9 any different? I don't think so. Just get another duel into play. Good. Opponent probably has 2 red cards in hand. Which does mean I need to be careful with my life total. That's totally fine. Why? Confused. Why then? Why right then did that happen? Red, 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 black, 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 red. Okay. So I think I can still take another hit from this token now. Is that all 3 dispels or just 2? Just 2. So I need to really maximize the usage of this last dispel. I kind of like ambush vipering here. That 1 life actually could matter. I'm willing to ambush viper and just not get into a spot where I get time lead again. Oh my gosh, my clock is so low. I need to win fast. Let's just take out 2 cards.
Okay, well, I guess I am taking a hit. That is fine. 5 is a fine life total. Is this only game 2? Can't lose this game then. Let's not do that. That's fine. Get another card. Great. Please be good. Great. I don't care. Pass turn. Just put my mana into play. Do things quickly. Please not spell snare. Hooray! I can win the game very easily now. I don't think there's a reason to do this yet. I think that this turn there might be. Great. My opponent can get a red source, so that's still fine. Oh boy. So exciting. Probably want to draw a step to discard, right? Actually, do 2, get back snap. I do 2, get back snap. I think that's better. I die to basically all the same stuff anyways. Yeah, this is right. Oh no, I can die to a Johnny now. Ugh. It's bad. Yeah, this is fine actually. I don't die to a Johnny. I die to remand a Johnny. Okay, cool. Lock him out. Win with bare minimum time on the clock. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Jeez. Was that a 2-game match too? Ugh. Too much blue thinking.